Everybody, welcome back to Brown's Rod & Custom. Happy Wednesday, happy hump day. It's about 3 o'clock. We've been working all day on the 1958 Chevy Apache you see before you. Bodywork, bodywork, bodywork. That's the name of the game today. We've been sanding and sanding and sanding. But it's coming together. We're starting to look pretty good. I've managed to get this door jamb looking pretty good. I got a couple spots I got to hit here and there. Just little like spots like that, right? Stuff like that. I got the cowl looking pretty good. Same thing, it's got some spots we got to touch up. Upper cowl's looking really good. I have not done the firewall yet. Got this cowl section looking pretty good. Same thing, just got to hit a couple spots. Big Run has got this looking really good down here. So we're in a zone here. Starting to look like something. This door jamb's pretty much in a world. Big Run just went through here and ground down all these spot welds where we replaced this patch panel here because it had a mouse house on the back side of it that caused it all to rot out over time. We're getting ready here in a little bit to start skimming this and cleaning all of this up. So that'll be exciting. That's kind of the worst part of the truck at the moment. Part of the cab anyway. So out in here pretty soon. Now we still have to do this door, but is right there, Chevy Apache. Now we metal conditioned it today with vinegar water and a Scotch-Brite pad multiple times. Got it where it needs to be. Kind of an old school method of doing it, but it works. We got the all metal and the Duraglass on here. Probably need to do another skim of Duraglass across here and then epoxy this door. So that's coming pretty quick here. The goal here, and I think this is important to know, is to try to get that door mounted back onto this cab so that we can make sure that we don't rub in very particular places. Because if you guys know any of the Tri-5s, any of these trucks, they rub in the same place. Right here, right here, and right here. And we want to make sure that ours doesn't do any of that. So we'll get it on here, get it fitting good, and then hey, I'm going to try to say your name. Regis? How you doing, bud? Hi, please don't say my name. Not a problem. Hi. So, gonna try to get this door on here very soon. That is a big goal of ours, to get that door primed and get it back on this cab so that we can, hopefully by the end of the week, and get this figured out here. And then we got to pivot over to this butte right here. And kind of the idea here, we got to weld up all these holes. You see all these holes here? This is where they had one of like a truck mirror, like a semi mirror. This is where the stock mirror went. We're going to keep those. But all these other ones, we kind of got to dimple them in and then weld them up, grind them down, and then all metal them, and then they go away. We have to cut the bottom off the door, both on the inside and the outside. It's rotted off down there. And from there, you're welcome. From there, we need to get up inside of the door, scuff that up, pour 15 the entire inside of the door. And pour 15 is like a rust preventative coating. It kind of turns rust into a primer, basically, right? It stops rust. And get up in there and coat the inside of this door. And then we can weld on our patch panels, the lower, outer, and inner. And then this door will be in the same position as that door is right now. And then we can get that door back on here, which this side is much closer than that side. So that door, I mean, honestly, if it was ready, it could go back on now. So, in a couple hours, really. But that's kind of the idea. Now, we have a couple very lofty goals, okay? One of them is in the next 15 days, October 1st, I want to take this cab off of this frame and I want to get it on a dolly and out of the way. And really the goal is to try to get as much body work done to this cab as humanly possible between now and then. And then October 1st, I'm going to start on the frame. So this frame, I got to strip all of the stock suspension off of it, both front and rear. Basically take it down to just the bare frame rails and cross members, and get all of the e-brake stuff and the brake lines and there's all kinds of stuff on this thing. Strip all that off of here, which is going to be a job. And then take it down to bare metal, get it epoxy primed so it matches the truck, and get ready because suspension is coming very, very soon. So I believe we're 30 days away, something like that. I think October 16th, we're ordering a Hyatt front suspension for the front of here. Hub to hub with the big Willwood 4-piston brake calipers in red, power steering, sway bar, all the things. Tubular control arms, drop spindles, all of that. So I got to get this frame ready for that. Now, I assume if I ordered on the 16th, they say it's about a week to get it. Hopefully by Halloween, we can have the Mustang 2 installed on here and all bolted up in the rear suspension. That's the idea. And then on the rear, we're doing the Hyatt's parallel 4-bar QA1 rear coilovers. I believe I have to swap this out, this cross member, with a new one that comes with the kit and a Panhard bar. And then we're doing a 9-inch forward rear end. So we'll have to get that. I have a 9-inch forward. I don't know if it's the right size or not. But if I do have to get it narrowed, we'll take it up to Moser Engineering and get it narrowed down and have them put all the new bearings and everything in it and get that going. So the hope is that by the first of the year, by December 31st, New Year's, whatever you want to call it, that this cab is back on this frame, rolling the correct ride height with the suspension that it's supposed to have. That's the idea. And then January, we'll find us a 6-liter LS engine and tranny, and we will get it in here. We'll get the engine and transmission mounts mocked up with the cab back on it and kind of go from there. We're going to build the LS right here, actually right there where that orange fan is. We'll build the LS right here. We'll go live for that. You guys can hang out with us while we do the whole thing. We'll film it. It'll be on the channel. Got the camera sitting inside the truck. And we'll build the engine. And we're talking probably pistons. We're probably talking valve springs, lifters, all the stuff, new cam bearings, all those things, and get it all put back together, assembled, new intake manifold, because I don't like the truck stock intake, probably a LSX, fast LSX, the 102 millimeter with the big throttle body, something like that, and heads, all the things, and dial this guy in. And then we got some pretty cool ideas, because the truck's going to go turquoise and white, but I want to paint the engine turquoise. And then I want to do the valve covers with the Chevrolet script where it hides the coil packs, but I want to have them powder coated turquoise to match the truck with the white lettering, and then so on and so forth. So it should be, there's going to be a lot of detailed things that happen in a hurry here, which would be pretty cool. I think you guys will like. If you're watching this, please like and subscribe. We'd love to have you. We're trying to build the channel, trying to get to 5,000 subscribers. We are getting there. I think we're almost to 4,500. So if you guys are watching this, please like and subscribe. We'd love to have you. It's just me and my dad. We building our own cars, 7 days a week out here. You can see in the background some of the others. That 40 Ford two-door sedan right here is actually going to get painted in probably a couple months. We're going to paint it jet black and we're going to flame it just like that. So that should be pretty slick. We'll also be painting this on the channel, doing all the things. Think you guys will like it. Hey, William. And we'll kind of get this thing rolling. But the idea here, again, is to absolutely try to get this cab body worked as far as we can take it by October 1st. So we got about 15 days, really about 14 days now. We're pretty much through the 15th. and get this thing where we need to be. So we can get this cab off this frame, start in on the frame, and just start absolutely tearing it apart and getting it built. So Mustang 2, 4-bar, LS, all the things. So lots and lots of work to do, lots of things we got to deal with. Hey, Mary, we are in Florida. We're in Spring Hill, Florida. We're about 40 miles north of Tampa. We're about probably, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes, if you want to call that an ocean, from the Gulf. We're not close enough to absolutely get destroyed and worry about flooding with hurricanes, but we definitely feel everything else. But yeah, guys, this is kind of where we're at. We're going to really try and get the rear fender here epoxy primed here in the next probably couple days, as well as the passenger door that's out here. Try to get that guy where we need to be. That's awesome, Mary. Yeah, we're looking forward to it too. I'm super excited to like keep going. Every day I come out here and it's exciting. You know what I mean? It's not hard to come out here and work on it and get it where it needs to be. It's definitely a labor of love. I honestly, when I bought this truck, I bought it in South Carolina off of eBay, of all places. And we went and picked it up from a guy that does Volkswagen's buses. And he's got a whole shop building Volkswagen buses. And when I saw it, it looked like in person, it looked like Tomater. I mean, that has literally been the nickname for this truck since we got it. And if you saw it right now with all the stuff on it and the patina that it looked dead on Tomater from Cars. You are absolutely right, disabled veteran. Gators don't swallow people in Spring Hill. Sinkholes do. You are right. Got to be careful out here. You never know. But yeah, it was kind of love at first sight when I saw this truck. I just kind of had to have it. What engine? We are going to do a 6-liter LS, Chevy LS. We're going to build on the channel. Be in the 400 or 500 horse range. Automatic trans, so on and so forth. And should be fun to drive. We should have absolutely zero issues burning the tires off. That should be not a problem. Not that we're going to do that, but sure nice when it can, you know. Yes, disc brakes. None of the suspension you see, guys, is going to be on here. Mustang 2, Hyatt's Mustang 2 in the front with 4-piston Willwoods, power brake booster with the dual master going on the firewall. 9-inch Ford with disc brakes, parallel 4-bar, Panhard bar, QA1 coilovers. All of that is going on here in the next literally 2 months. So like I was saying before, the goal is by October 1st to get the cab off of the frame, and then literally October 2nd, tear all of this stock suspension off of here and get rolling. Yeah, it's a step side Raptor, step side bed. And we're gonna do a custom bed. Like the bed itself, the box is what it is, but where the wood goes, the wood slats, we're doing an aluminum bed that has, it's like it looks like wood, but it's got a graphic in it, picture that we're working on with a street rod company and roll from there. You know, I'll be honest with you, Kevin. I agree with you. I would have done it had I known that I couldn't buy the patch panel to go around this window without having to make it. But we were kind of a bridge too far by the time we figured that out. We'd already put the cab corners on, made the whole back. But I can tell you this. I am thinking after this truck, I think we might do another truck. I'm thinking about a 57 fleet side, big back window, and doing an LS in it. And I'm thinking white with red, white with a red interior, and well, red seat, red top, white paint in the interior. The spear down the side of the fleet side bed where it's got like the spear, I want to paint that red. Big wheels, similar kind of suspension that we're going to do to this, and kind of go that route. The more I think about it, the more I want to build a 57. So you'll be seeing that here sooner than later. Gears, I have no idea on gears yet. I got to figure out, I have to figure out what transmission I'm going to use, whether a 4-speed or a 6-speed, and what gear ratio works good with that, right? Because I want to be able to drive this 80 miles an hour down the highway. I want to be able to get in this truck and drive it to California and not worry about it, where it's not overheating, it's not doing anything stupid. It makes it. It's going to be turquoise and white, so it'll be basic colors that we can touch up if we get some nicks or whatever. You know, it's kind of the idea. It'll be a 9-inch Ford rear end. It's going to be two-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive. And again, all of this nasty suspension you see on here is coming off. 4L80, you know, really that's a real possibility, guy. It really depends on what we end up finding, what's out there and available when the time comes. And there is a world where if there's a Corvette swap or a GTO or Trans Am or any of those things, where they got the 5.7 or the 6-liter LS2, 3, whatever, with low miles, if I can get one of those for a decent price, I will buy it in a heartbeat, and we'll put that in here. So there's that opportunity to do that as well. But if that doesn't happen, which, you know, realistically it might not, it'll be a 6-liter. And then we'll build it right here. We'll send it to the machine shop, have them do all the things. We'll get a set of pistons and have the rods done or replace the rods, whatever it needs, cam bearings, all of that. And then they'll give it back to us. And we'll assemble it right here and put it all back together, put a new cam in it, probably one of those Truck Norris cams, like a stage 2 or 3. And that might be the best name for a cam that I've ever heard. Truck Norris cam. Like Chuck Norris. It's friggin' awesome. But yeah, definitely gonna stick with EFI. I want fuel injection without a doubt. We got a carburetor on the 40. We got a carburetor on the 73 thing and one on the Chrysler over there. And I hate them. So, I mean, they're all right, but it's just, EFI would be great. So, should be pretty cool though. I am thinking about doing something interesting on the interior. We're working with the company Tees, T-E-A apostrophe S, Tees Design. They make custom seats for street rods. And we've been talking with them quite a bit. And what we're thinking about doing is having them make us a bench seat for this, where it's a bench bottom with bucket backs with 2 armrests that come up and down with the billet cup holders in it. And we're thinking about doing like a chocolate brown, like a milk chocolate, with like a Navajo blanket or Native American blanket, kind of idea in the middle, and kind of see, bucket bench, and kind of do something like that to go with the turquoise and with the whole Apache theme. And we're kind of going to integrate that into the bed graphic as well. So it is what it is. And it's going to all kind of just come together. I think you guys will really like it. There should be a lot of interesting design elements to this for sure. So I'm literally just dying to buy some of these parts. But I right now I have to buy, you know, I want all the sexy shiny things, like most of us. But you know, right now I got to buy primer and sandpaper and all the things. And what I'd like to do on this, so you guys know, it is what it is. And it's an amazing truck. They are awesome the way they are, right? Hot chocolate's cute. But I want to do, like if I do a 4-speed auto, I want to do column shift, right? And have the bucket bench. And that way, if, you know, it's comfortable. That's kind of what it had, right? It is what it is. We're going to go with the cozy wings. I'm going to put cozy wings back in it. We're going to keep the roll-up windows. I like them. Ours work great. No reason not to use them, right? The truck was awesome the way it was. I don't want to get crazy and put like a big radio with a screen and all that crap in it. I want to put the custom auto sound factory style radio in it with AM, FM, Bluetooth, put some speakers in the kick panels and back here, and have a real nice cruiser that we have all the creature comforts. We are going to have air conditioning. That's got a modern drivetrain, modern suspension, runs, drives great, does all the things. And that's the idea with this. So if you guys are watching, please like and subscribe. We'd really, really appreciate it. We're trying to build the channel. But yeah, that would be pretty fun. And it saves a lot of problems on how to wire up the doors. I mean, it's easy to do. You put the little things here, little connection deals right there. And in the deal. No, we are running AC. I live in Florida. That's the one requirement we absolutely have. It's 91 degrees with 64% humidity right now. Yeah, and it's the middle of September. We're running air. It's going to go right here. This panel will come out. The controls will be here. And then inside of the glove box, back in here, will be the AC right here, up under the dash. So, and we'll integrate that into the LS and everything else when we do it. And again, you guys will see all of this. If you guys watch the channel, check out the actual videos, not just the shorts. There's a lot of really good videos of us. I video every day, guys, every day. And I go through every step of what we're doing and explain the products we use and how we do it. We have tech talks with Big Ron, our body man, all those things. You know, you guys might like, not a lot of people watch the actual videos. They watch all the shorts, but the videos might be a source of good information for you if you're actually working on your own cars and doing that kind of thing. Not that we're 100% right all the time, but it's what we do and it works for us. So, you know. Hey guys, if you're watching this, please like and subscribe. Love to have you. But yeah, I definitely agree. I should have put the big back window in it. There was a part of me that was, we should do that. You know, I wanted to do it. It was like $1,000, I think, $800, $1,000 for that whole back panel. And I thought about it and I was like, maybe, but this one isn't that bad. It isn't what it is. You know what I mean? Hey, asked. You know. Yeah, the money's going to add up for sure. Good time, for sure. It's going to be an expensive truck. It is just the way it is. But at the end of the day, it'll be a really good truck. And I won't have any issues, hopefully, you know, doing all the things I want to do in it. And that's kind of the idea. Sorry about your husband, Mary. That sucks. Taking back 76 El Camino. That's a good year. That's a real good year. I'm not saying we won't ever build an El Camino. That could be a thing. I like the original ones, the older ones, where they kind of had the back that kind of finned up a little bit. Thought those were pretty slick. I think the Vice Grip guy just, I think it's one of the cars he got from, I think he built it on Roadworthy Rescues or something like that. And, you know, good time. It's a 58 Chevy Apache. And actually this truck, if you're curious, was originally cardinal red of all colors. And I thought, do I paint it back red? Because I literally have a red truck. I just painted the thing red. My 65 Chevelle SS is factory red. It's like, what do you, come on, man. You know, it's like, I can't just have a fleet of red cars, you know. So, yeah, turquoise and white. But yeah, he got one of those El Caminos, and I think it's got like a supercharger or something in it, something crazy. But it was slick. I was looking at it going, man, that's sharp. I like that. But yeah, guys, we're making a lot of headway over here on this bodywork. You know, it's a grind. It's a lot of work. It's super hot here. Let's see where we're at here. 88 degrees right now in the garage with 54% humidity. It's hot. So we got the fans on and everything, trying not to burn up. But again, we're out here. I mean, I was out here at 7 o'clock this morning sanding, you know. red, white, then a blue one. Yeah, we could. Um, you know, and it's just Big Ron's out here. He's working on it every day too, and we're just trying to get there. Push on, stay in the fight. That's basically where we're at, right? If you keep working on it and don't stop, you might actually get where you want to get. So, and we have our days on this for sure, where we just want to. Good time says hi, Big Ron. Yeah, the weather is getting better, guys, which is good, which means we'll be able to be out here and not die. I think 2 weeks ago, it would have probably been closer to 95, 96 in the garage right now. I mean, crazy. So, but yeah, turquoise and white should be a really cool color combo, something we haven't done before, which is another thing. We haven't done an LS before, so we figured, why not? We'll do an LS. An LS, different paint scheme. You know, we've done this suspension basically on a bunch of cars and love it. Mustang 2 and the 4-bar with a 9-inch, can't really go wrong. It's dependable, and that is as important as anything when it comes to these cars, because the last thing you want to do is build a car that breaks down on you every 15 minutes, and you can't miss a gas station, and it just sucks. You end up hating the car at the end of the day, and we've done that, and we definitely, you know, function over form is probably the best way to put it. Make sure it starts, stops, steers, all the things way before it looks pretty, right? That's kind of the idea. Hey guys, you're watching this, please like and subscribe. It's just me and my dad building hot rods over here in a 2.5 car garage. We're out here every day, me and this guy. We're taking a break right now. We've been on this thing since 7 o'clock this morning. But yeah, this is going to be the next thing right here. Right here. You'll see that probably tomorrow. Realistically, it's really starting to become beer 30, and we're getting close to that. So, you know, probably work on this till 4:30, 5 o'clock, and then call it. But hey, Jose. So yeah, we've got a heck of a plan. Now it's just a matter of executing, right? That's always the issue. And affording it. That's the other thing. We're not rich, so, you know, it's we got to buy all of this stuff. We're not really sponsored by anybody. Other than we are sponsored by a tool company that keeps sending us pretty cool tools. It's iCrimp. They sell crimping tools for like battery cables or like electrical connectors and stuff. It's absolutely incredible how good these tools are. They've made our life a lot better. Duper, this is a 58 Chevy Apache. They all halfway look alike, a lot of these years, you know. I think they use the same cab for a while, or pretty close to it. Even in the 60s, it's pretty similar. It's not that far off. Hell, I think the bed they used into the 60s too on the step side. I was looking for tailgates for this thing, and it said it went to like 66 or something. I was like, oh my God. But yeah, whole lot of work left to do, guys. Whole lot of work, but we're getting there. I'm excited to get this thing off the frame. That way we can start on the frame. That's my world right there. I want to get into all the suspension, the brakes, all the things, start building that LS. That I am super excited to build an LS engine. You'll see me with a permanent smile on my face when we start doing that. That'll be fun. But yeah, and honestly, I'm looking forward to seeing this with an LS in the engine bay. And that's another thing. We assume, assumptions kill, but we assume the LS will fit in here without actually cutting the firewall. So we're hoping that's the case. We've seen a couple people do it, but we're definitely going to have to get everything kind of where it goes and then set it in here and see where we end up falling. But gas tank will be on the frame. It used to be right here. We deleted it, And then we're going to put the gas tank right here, side exit. That way we can do a Hagen fuel door on the side of the rear fender here, which would be kind of interesting. I know there's not a rear fender there, but you get the idea. That when we do our custom aluminum bed is yet, but you're gonna love it. I'm gonna totally go with the theme of the truck. I don't have to put gas in the middle of that graphic in the back of the bed and take a chance on spilling fuel all over it and all that. I want to be able to just like a new car, boom. And we'll have it coming out right here on the driver's side fender. So that should be pretty cool. Thank you, Jose. Appreciate you. But yeah, this should be a lot of fun. I mean, you know, when we get around to doing, you know, I mean, there's like a million things you can do to these. That's like it's one of the easier things in the world to build because they make all the parts. Like that Chrysler 300 on the side of the house over here, they don't make shit for that. I mean, literally, finding parts on, I went 5 years trying to find a rear window seal. They do not make it, you have to get it out of another one, and they only made a handful of them. So it took me 5 years to get a guy to break a back window out and send me the rear rubber. And we finally got it. I mean, it literally took 5 years. I'm not even kidding. But guy talked to me every week, but just never got around to taking it out. I'm like, come on, man. But it finally showed up. So we got to do that too. Hey, if you guys are watching, please like and subscribe. What we're building here is a 1958 Chevy Apache pickup truck. Step side bed, even though you can't see it. It's going to have a custom seat, turquoise and white, LS, automatic, all the things. It's going to have everything. Air conditioning, Dakota digital gauges, you name it, it's going to be in this truck. So it should be pretty slick. So yeah, actually when we were in Louisville for the Screw Rod Nationals, we were going to do Vintage Air. Will you remember the name of that company? There's another air conditioning company. I can't for the life of me think of the name of it. But anyway, they sell a kit that's like dramatically cheaper than a Vintage Air, but it's super well built, made for this truck. Hell, it even comes with the, when you open the glove box, that cardboard faux box where you would actually put all your stuff in. It comes with a plastic one, a molded plastic that's shorter so that it won't hit the AC. It even comes with all that. And I would imagine Vintage Air probably comes with that too, if you bought the kit for this truck. But it's dramatically cheaper, and really I just want air conditioning. And it's not as wide. The Vintage Air is huge, where this one is a smaller unit, but it's heat, defrost, air conditioning, and I mean, let's be honest, this is what we're trying to air condition. I'm not trying to air condition a school bus. So I don't need crazy. It just needs to be enough to where I don't, you know, have the back sweats, you know. That's kind of the idea. So we'll be doing that at some point too. And that's another thing, actually tomorrow, that might not be a bad idea. Order that mock-up. Yeah. They sell a mock-up, just like Vintage Air, the molded plastic mock-up of the AC unit that goes up under the dash. I think I might order that. I think it's like 80 bucks and get that here so that I can figure out how to mount this up under here. And then also, you got to do a bunch of welding under the dash, but you also, just like Vintage Air, but also the bulkhead fittings for your hoses and stuff, we're either going to come out here or here or here, somewhere. I'm going to have to get that and actually get the hole drilled and get that in there. Just like the power brake stuff. We would have already had, but it's on national back order, so hurry up and wait on that. But yeah, no, that definitely might be something we think about for sure. That way we can just keep moving forward with, and the idea here is to get this cab as far down the road as we can possibly get it before October 1st. I know that sounds stupid, but I want this cab off of this frame October 1st and onto a dolly so that we can start on this frame, because all the suspension is coming in October and November, and we want to get that done so that first of the year we can go get us an LS engine, build it, and stay on track, and roll on down the road here. So, you know, it looks awesome the way it is right now, but we are just miles away from where we need to be. You know, but it is definitely making a lot of progress every day it comes a million miles. So we just got to stay in the fight, keep rolling here. If you guys are watching this, please like and subscribe. We'd love to have you. But yeah, we also, I mean, something else we got to keep in mind too, is we got to paint that car. So we got to paint that black. We got to get it to Cincinnati. We got to get it flamed, get it back here, do all the things. We got to fix the steering on the Volkswagen thing. We're like halfway there. Got to finish that up, get it aligned. I don't know if you guys can tell, but the alignment's terrible on it right now because I've had it all apart 50 times. There's a lot to do. A lot to do on a lot of different cars. So it's just every day that we can make progress, you know, is a good day. We really got into a point where we probably have too many cars. And, you know, I know that's like an absolute abomination to say and a sin, but I think we might just have too many projects. But because you can't build them all at the same time, and they all cost a fortune. And I don't care what you're building, it's a minimum $20,000. With today's prices, if you're doing the work yourself, it's 20 grand. That's basically a good rule of thumb. Hey Tom, hey Oldens. So just keep that in the back of your head. You might be able to do it cheaper if you got things laying around, depending on how you build it, for sure. But you know, if you do the license plate thing on the floor to cover up holes and that kind of thing, it might get a lot cheaper. But you know, the end of the day, everything's expensive for these. So yeah, can you believe it? National back order, man. I called, they said you're looking at 5 to 6 weeks minimum. And that was 3 weeks ago. We ended up going up to National Parts Depot in Ocala and picking up a new rear fender for this side. Because it had the spare tire here and it had the spare tire wheel well in it. And we're like, you know what? We'll wait on that until it comes in and we'll just go ahead and allocate that money into the next thing that we need. We'll just keep moving. So why give them the money to hurry up and wait? Let's make some progress. So see where we can get. But it will have the chrome 8-inch booster with the dual master cylinder right here with the proportioning valve and all the things right there with the correct pedal and bracket assembly that mounts here. This one comes out, I believe, and then the new one comes in right here. That's for the steering column. All of this should bolt right up, and I should be able to put a steering here without too much trouble. I am going to run the dimmer switch right here. That's why I kept that. It's a good spot for it. You know, we do have to, you know, dynamat everything and do all that kind of stuff, or kill mat or whatever it is, or some kind of insulation in here that works. And try to do what we can, because I can't insulate like most cars. Like the 40, I could insulate up in here and everywhere else. That's going to be painted. That is the interior. So the only thing I can really insulate is this, where the headliner is going to go, and then the floor and this back section. Everything else is, you know, what it is. I don't even know that I could get insulation realistically into the door. That would be tough. Now, the perfect time to do it would be when we cut the bottom off. You could definitely do it then, but we don't have it. Then you got to weld on it and burn it in half. Yeah, probably a bad idea. So that's kind of where we're at on this guy. Just body working. We're taking a break. We're gonna have a beer break here in a little bit. Break out the Coors Light and 50-cent welds. Yeah. Some of this is incredibly hard weld. You're welding basically paper. It's paper thin, old metal. You know, you're trying to work with what you got. Some of it's tough, but you get what you can get on it. And again, we're not, you know, the world's greatest welders either. So we're not bad, but you know, we definitely don't claim to be that. That's for sure. We've been welding forever, but you know, we're using a Hobart MIG. It's the, what is it? Handler 210 MVP. It does okay. It we had a Miller back in the day. Hey Tom, we had a Miller back in the day. We loved it. We probably should pick up another Millermatic, and we'll probably pick up another one. Maybe I should try to get them to sponsor us. That should be a thing. I should write them every day. Be like, hey. But yeah. But anywho's, guys, this is where we're at. This is what we're doing right now. Bodywork's going on the door jambs. We're blocking with 220. See it down there. I've done the top of the cowl, both sides of the cowl, both door jambs. We metal conditioned the door out here today, and got it to where it needs to be. We got probably one more skim down here, right here where we welded the patch panel on, and then you know, I need to hit this one more time, just a couple spots with all metal. And this is where the mirror was, where we had to weld up all the holes and grind them down, and get this door going. Hopefully you guys can still see me. Our internet is terrible as soon as I walk outside the door. I don't know why. But yeah, so the goal here is as fast as humanly possible to get this door jamb right, and to get that door right, and to get that door back on here, so that we can make sure it fits, make sure we're not rubbing. You know, you guys know what I'm talking about. They like to rub here, here, and here. There is a rubber that goes here that holds it out a little bit, but you want to make sure everything kind of fits the way it's supposed to. That way, if we need to make some tweaks or whatever, we can do that without anything crazy. Hey, Ronald. No, not a race truck. Street truck. It's going to be a driver. It's going to be a street rod truck. It right now it's got the stock frame with the factory leaf spring suspension. All that's coming off. It's going to be Mustang 2, 9-inch Ford, 4-bar in the back, 6-liter LS engine. Should be a pretty slick truck. So, thank you, William. But it's going to be turquoise and white. Cab will be turquoise. Inside of the cab will be turquoise. I'm going to go white from here up. The roof will be white. It'll be like a creamy white. And then kind of like a tropical turquoise. You know, kind of see probably a variation of that. I want to make sure it's not too light but not too bright, if that makes sense. So kind of see what happens. I was looking at 3 1958 Ford trucks yesterday that were in pieces. Really? Where was that at, Hydro? 58 Fords are good looking trucks. We were lucky enough when we got this one, it was all together. I understood it, buddy. I was looking at 3 1958 Ford trucks yesterday that were in pieces. Boy, I love Washington. Was it at a guy? There's a guy. All right. So my wife does CAT scan, and we were doing the traveling CAT scan X-ray thing. We were in Washington. We were up there by Mount St. Helens, by Longview. We were at the KOA in Longview, Washington. And if you came out of there and hung a right on the main highway, there was a guy on the right side of the highway that had, I'm not even kidding when I say this, hundreds if not thousands of project cars. They were for sale. He knew what he had. I stopped in and talked to him, an old guy. But he was right there, like you were going up to Seattle. It was probably 20 minutes north of Longview on whatever that main highway is there. Super cool place. I wonder if that's the same as what you're talking about, Hydro. This guy had just tons of stuff. He actually had, believe it or not, which is amazing, this guy had three 34 Ford, 2-door sedans, full cars, in great shape, no rust, okay? Like no rust. That had titles that were good. I mean, the whole deal, like everything you'd ever want. He wanted like 20,000 for him for one, but he knew what he had. But to be able to stand there and look at that was like incredible. He had 44 coupes. He had, God, he had everything. Model A's. He had a 69 Fire running driving car. It was blue. That sounds like him. I started taking pictures when I was there, Hydro. And he's like, why are you taking all these pictures? I'm like, I got to show my dad. This is incredible. I ain't never been to a place like this in my life. He thought I was goofy. He kept trying to buy my Mini Cooper at the time. I'm like, shit, I'll trade you my Mini Cooper for the 34 Ford, you know, for sure. I'll Flintstone that bitch home before I don't come home with it. It would look like blue is on the bottom. Yeah, blue will be on the bottom. So blue or turquoise from basically the cab will be turquoise, and then and I'm still not 100% on where I'm going to cut it, but white will be from here. The creamy white will be here up. I actually have the creamy white somewhere here. Got 3 different 2-ton trucks, but the puppies. Nice. You had all the Tri-5s, man. Look at you. Great trucks. These, I just think these, even in stock form, if you did nothing to it, I mean, it would just, like the day it rolled off the assembly line, this is one of the better looking trucks ever made. It just is. The 55 to 59 Chevy is just awesome. Also like the, what are they, the 50, 51 Fords? F100s, I guess they are, F1s. Like the truck in the Expendables. I think it's the Expendables. With Stallone and Jason Statham and all that. The black one he drives. Friggin' amazing truck. Not going to say we won't build one of those either. Just so you guys know, we're not just building this truck. This truck is getting built. Well, that's getting built. Well, that's built, but it's getting tweaked. All kinds of stuff. But we're also going to build more stuff after this, if that makes sense. So you won't ever run out of things happening every day on your feed if you subscribe. Took 3 years to sell it for $3,000. Really? Oh my God. You would think that would sell in a heartbeat. I mean, the price isn't terrible. I paid $3,300 for this one. Little did I know I had to replace half the stuff on it, but you couldn't tell because with all the fenders and everything on, you can't see in here. All of this goes away. So I couldn't see down here, and I couldn't open the door and on this side because it had bad hinges. It was a long story. It just wanted to drop, you know. And but yeah. Hey Tim, how you doing, buddy? So yeah, that's funny that you know where that's at. They're like the first person other than my dad, because I ended up driving him over there one day. He came to visit, and we walked around with the old guy again, and it was just, you know, I could have bought a bunch of stuff, but I had literally no way of getting it home. I had my fifth wheel camper, and I had the dually, but I didn't have a car trailer or anything like that. I should have brought something home. Yeah, Ronald, definitely not going to see this turned into a race car. That ain't happening. Really, Mary? Did you sell it? You got to give them the price, the I don't want to sell it price, and see if they bite. You know, they'll stop ringing your doorbell. You give me 20,000, you can have it. You know, cash immediately. If you guys are watching this, please like and subscribe. We'd love to have you. For all of you that are subscribed, we really appreciate you. All right, guys. Well, I'm going on an hour here. I'm getting thirsty. I think I'm gonna go grab me a Coors Light and turn the radio back on and hang out with Big Ron, and then probably start sanding again. So stay tuned. Yeah, Mary, I get that. If that was his truck, you can't sell it. That's just, I mean, you know, if God forbid anything ever happened to my dad, that car and that truck, they will never be sold, ever. They're his babies. You know, absolutely loves them. Hell, my dad bought that truck brand new in 2003. I was a lot tech at a Chrysler dealership at a big tent sale. I brought him out there to look at a Corvette, and he ended up buying that truck. I was working. Next thing, I'm like, the hell? Why am I cleaning a big red Dodge? And he's like, oh, it's our new truck. I'm like, come on, man. It's like killing me. And it turns out that was the best thing he could have bought. Way better than buying a Corvette. I mean, we have used the hell out of that truck, but, you know, at the time, you know, I was like 19, 20 years old. Yeah, Mary, I understand. I really do. I actually actively, and if anybody knows where this is, please let me know. I am actively looking for this car. I do not know where it is. I do have the VIN number. I could probably hunt it down if it's still out there. I tracked it to a guy in Southern Kentucky 15 years ago, but I don't know where it went from there. The hood sides were off of it in the pictures I got. I talked to him. He didn't want to sell it. He had traded somebody for it, but if anybody knows where that car is, hit me up. I've been looking for it for 20 years. So we need to bring her home. That's my dad's baby. That was the first street rob we ever built. And Penville. What state, Ronald? Syracuse, New York. Okay. Okay. Mary, it's a 1930 Ford two-door sedan. You got that picture of it. It was also up here. You see it in the NSRA deal there. We sold it in 2002, 2003, something like that, at an auction. It was actually Meekum auction in Orlando before Meekum got big. It was just like a big tent. Stupid idea. This car, Ron, was in the car show up in New York. When was that? Syracuse, New York. Well, hot damn. I did about 2 months in Ithaca, New York. I flew into Syracuse and out of Syracuse, actually, so I know where you're at. Holy shit. A guy on here, another Ron, says that your old car was at a car show in Syracuse, New York. Yeah. Holy shit. Ron, if you see that car, okay, please let me know. Hit me up, get the guy's information and hit me up, even if he doesn't want to sell it. Just, I'm willing to pay the I don't want to sell it price. You know, just get the information and get it to me somehow. Our email is brownsrodandcustom@gmail.com. Spelled out, Browns Rod and Custom. That's amazing, dude. Thank you for that. That gives me hope. I kid you not, I've been looking for it forever. You tried to buy it yourself, Ron. No. Or you buy it and then tell me you got it, and I'll come buy it from you, and we'll figure that out. That's crazy. Interesting. We got to get Big Ron's car back. I found mine. Mine was in Tampa, and guy tried to sell it back to me for like, I think it was like 45,000 or something like that back in the day. This was 2 years ago, 3 years ago, and I damn near did it. I should have. Honest to God, I should have done it. Why not? I mean, I know it's a lot of money, but you know, my coupe, my Model A coupe. So basically, my dad got this car. We built it from the ground up, and then I was 15, and they were asking me what I wanted, what kind of car I wanted for my first car, and I said I want a hot rod, and so I got a Model A coupe body, and that's where it all started. And then this one got flamed, and then we all became buddies with the guy that flamed it, and then he ended up flaming mine, and it's a whole thing. But my first car was a 1934 5-window coupe, which is pretty damn cool. And I kept it till I was long time, 28, 29, something like that. And you brought cash with you, and she tried. Oh my God. Well, we built that car, Ron. Subscribe, brother. We're the guys that built the car you like. We're probably the only guys that could build it back. That car had some really seriously engineered things on it. Model A's have overlapping doors. The doors overlap the body. We flush mounted the doors, hidden hinges, 32 Ford dash. It had a Barry Langdon custom black interior, 283 turbo 350, 9-inch, all Westcott fiberglass fenders, grill shell root lip hood, Carolina custom hood hinges, 32 Ford gas tank from Tanks on the back, on a stock frame. That one had a stock frame, and then but it was boxed and all the things. Had a third brake light in the back, the whole deal. Well, aren't they all? It figures. I don't know that I'd even care how big of an asshole the guy was. I'd just be like, just tell me a number. Just fucking figure it out. But yeah. And again, we're not rich. I'd just find it. That's just where all of a sudden there's an Apache for sale. You know, maybe he likes trucks. I don't know. See, you like Volkswagens? You know, got a hell of a deal for you. We'll figure it out. All right, guys. If you're watching this, please like and subscribe. Appreciate every one of you. It's been great talking to you. Hope you have a great night. We'll be back here tomorrow about the same time, about 2 o'clock, 2, 3 o'clock. I'll go live again, and come check us out. Come hang out with us. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow, guys.